Melody of Madness. As the sun set over the bustling city of Los Angeles, David Smith sat in his music studio, staring blankly at his computer screen. For over 10 years, he had been composing music for true crime TV shows, but he was growing increasingly bored with the same old stories being told over and over again. He wanted something fresh, something new to inspire him. One night, as he sat in his studio, an idea struck him. He would create his own true crime story, something so shocking and horrific that it would be talked about for years to come. And he would compose the music to go with it. David started small, vandalizing buildings and leaving cryptic messages behind. But as the thrill of his crimes grew, so did his ambition. He broke into a family's home, holding them at gunpoint and stealing their possessions. And then, finally, he took a life. It was the ultimate act of violence, the perfect inspiration for his music. As David's crimes escalated, Detective James Wilson began to notice a pattern. Every time there was a major crime in the city, a new piece of music would be released by David that eerily mirrored the details of the crime. Wilson couldn't prove anything, but he was certain that David was somehow involved. One night, Wilson decided to follow David as he left his studio. He watched as David made his way to a liquor store in downtown Los Angeles, where he pulled out a gun and began to rob the store. Wilson knew he had to act fast. He burst into the store just as David was holding up the clerk. Shots rang out, and in the chaos, the clerk was killed. But Wilson managed to take down David, ending his reign of terror once and for all. In the aftermath of the shooting, the city was left to grapple with the horror of what had happened. The families of David's victims were left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives, and the music world was left to mourn the loss of a once great composer who had fallen so far. David Smith had become known as the most prolific true crime composer in the world, but it was his own twisted crimes that ultimately led to his downfall. The end. I hope you enjoyed this creepy crime story. It was written as a collaboration between Dan Brown Jr. and artificial intelligence. It was narrated by a second AI, and the artwork was created by a third AI. If you like the music, you can license this track and many others just like it at www.CrimeSonics.com. Be sure to check out all of the other AI stories found on our channel. Give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, if you are looking for Hollywood-level true crime music, sound effects, Foley, police chatter, or crimescapes, CrimeSonics is the undisputed best resource on Earth. Simply, to use anything else should be, well, illegal.